I didn't mean to step into you guys' argument. Would you mind if I make a case real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Men are better leaders because women require that out of men, but men do not require leadership out of women. It's not what we. It's not what we select for.
Okay, so how did men never mind.
You should require leadership from women.
All I have to say is that doesn't make men better leaders just because they obtain this.
It means
I agree. You should want leadership from women. Why wouldn't you want to balance yourself?
If I could make the case real quick. So that would be like saying iPhone's not objectively probably one of the best phones because most people buy it. That doesn't mean that there isn't a phone out there that's not the best, but it means that the market has decided. So if we're talking about men, what men want out of women and what women want out of men, you have to look at the marketplace and what they value. And when you have an incentive to do something, you're more likely to be the most qualified at that thing. So if I have an incentive to make more money, I'm going to work hard to make more money. Therefore, I make the most money. So if I'm required to be the best leader, I will be that. Or if I'm required to be a leader at all. Men do not require that out of women. We don't require leadership from them. We don't seek that from them. However, women seek that from men, whether it be the father, whether it be somebody to protect.
Because of society, that men are more fit to be leaders.
Well, I can at least make the cultural argument. I can at least make the cultural argument, but we could also talk about the biological side as well. So which one would you like to talk about?
The biological aspect.
Well, testosterone is something that women don't have as much of. Do you agree? Compared to men.
Yeah.
Testosterone is a muscle enhancer. It also is a chemical that's revolved around aggressiveness, risk-taking. These things, because we have more of it, we're going to be more of that, which is why you'll have more crashes in cars by men, which is why men tend to take more risk and do dumber things. So it's a negative in that context of doing dumb things, but when the risk pays off, or when I need to take a risk to protect my family or make more money in a job or put somebody in their place, male or female, I'm going to do that. These are qualities of a leader.
That doesn't make someone a leader, though. So I don't.
But it makes you more qualified to be that.
Okay, so I can counter argue that women have estrogen, which is leads them to be more empathetic, and having empathy is a good form of a characteristic of leadership.
That is true.
Yes, but you're less likely to take the risk because you have less testosterone.
Do you not understand what I'm trying to explain to you?
Yeah, so I can still man your argument. A person who is empathetic, it is a good leadership quality. I agree with that. But if it comes at the cost of standing up for yourself or taking a risk or confrontation, if you can't do those things, then you're not a good leader.
Okay, then I can just turn that right back at you. If someone takes a risk that can jeopardize their community, wouldn't you say that that's not a good form of leadership?
I would agree.
Negative. Life is a risk.
I would agree in a sense that...
So you stopped me earlier. Whenever I was trying to explain to you how referencing testosterone in the form of men being biologically good leaders or better isn't going to work here because testosterone isn't a leadership hormone. It can enhance and benefit leadership. It doesn't make men leaders.
So having testosterone doesn't make you a mother. It doesn't make you empathetic. But it just means you're more likely to be that. So we can't really speak in obsolete or absolutes like on or off switch. We have to speak in generalities here.
It also doesn't make you empathetic. I'm not sure if you said that already, but
I said estrogen and certain hormones that women have.
Estrogen definitely makes you more empathetic.
That's not true.
The argument is testosterone makes you more survival, killer, Mamba mentality. That's your whole argument.
I know women who have no empathy at all.
No,
that's the empathy that you perceive because they don't like you. It just wasn't you.
But they still have estrogen, bro.
I'm just saying, I'm sure you've been with women that fuck with you and you like, man, she really fuck with me. But
so
people go on and off as far as frequency. So that's what you feeling. You can't attribute.
Okay, 1 second.
To the lady speaking, can I ask you a question? And I didn't get your name. My apologies.
You could just call me the host.
All right, host. So, would you agree that women tend to select for different qualities than men
In terms of what?
in terms of who they're willing to date, who they find attractive, generally speaking?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
All right. So, if I could go on to more of these qualities that a woman would like out of a man. So, your let's just say a woman is on the street and she's walking with her dude to a date, and all of a sudden she's robbed, or someone tries to rob her, and the man cowers away. Do you think this woman is going to go on a second date with this man?
Depends on if she can fight.
It depends on the woman,
On
but most
average.
likely not.
Okay.
Don't lie, bro. She is not going out with him again. Why are
Okay,
y'all
so
lying?
Exactly.
so if I
Yeah.
could present
Hit
if
him
I could present
line.
the opposite, then so the other counter to that would be, in this hypothetical, the man takes leadership, he grabs her by the hand, he comes up with a plan. Yeah, and in some extent she's going to be put into jeopardy because of his decisions, but he's going to take the risk to fight, and he ends up beating up the assailant. Do you think she's
That's
going to be more
protection.
attracted to him or less attracted?
Right, more.
More, but I don't understand how this ties into
Because he's
leadership.
displaying leadership qualities. In order to protect, I have to
Exactly.
lead. You
Exactly.
have to relinquish responsibility. You have to relinquish authority to
When
me.
bodyguards don't lead, they
Okay,
avoid
but do you know why women have these preferences?
Because I don't know if it's hardwired or nature or nurture. I
No,
can't
it's
really.
literally just because they've been taught to think this way.
right.
So
Protected
you
and
mean to tell
leading
me
between
I can I find it hard to believe that we could brainwash women to liking gay men, to just
It's not
being sexually
brainwashing.
attracted.
women got to do
So
with it, but
I
protected is
wanted
business
to
too.
change that perspective because let's say I go on a date with a woman.
Is this a host? I'm not sure who I'm talking with. Is this the same lady?
Oh I'm
Am I being
different.
double teamed right now?
No, I was just bringing a
Whoa.
different perspective. So the different perspective would be like if I were to go on a date with a woman and with your hypothetical situation,
And you're the
I
man in
would
this
go.
scenario?
No, I'm not. So
So it's two women?
yeah, it's two women.
Okay.
I don't know why
Thank you,
that's
James.
outlandish, but
Just trying to get clarification.
okay, yeah. So two women. Like, and let's say like my bag gets stolen and she claims she could protect me or whatever. We're both strong. We both have the same values. We both have the same physical strength. It'd be a little weird because it'd be like, why didn't you at least try to help me? And it's based on that, as like just as a personal level in terms of like respect, or at least trying in terms of like just humanitarian effort. Like, why didn't you try?
You're right, but that would be out scope of my mate selection argument. So you can still have someone who's empathetic or courageous to step up for you, your sister, doing that. That's
Yeah, so
totally great, but that's outside of mate selection, which I'm arguing.
well, I still think that it. Okay, just go ahead.
So as when it comes to mate selection, the knight in shining armor, I would argue, sure, it's reinforced by the culture, but it's also an inherent need that women have. Like the woman, when she's a child, she wants to be around her dad. She seeks the affection of her dad. It's a bit different than the mother, and the way that they're going to discipline each other is oftentimes different, which is why there's a lot of disagreements. So the from childhood development up into adulthood, those qualities that she saw in her father, who was trying to protect, who was trying to make sure everything was secure, who may have been a little bit stern, that she didn't understand why he was disciplining in a way. All these traits transfer into what she should be looking in a man. Now, I know things are a bit different now and a bit haywire, but that's generally how things are.
We're
But
not
these
here
are
to,
all leadership qualities.
but we're not here to discipline our wives, though. That's the disconnect
But
between
that has nothing
a
to do with
parent
the
and a
argument I'm
child.
making.
That's what I'm, rebutting, because that's the difference between a parent and a child. and a romantic relationship between equals. You know what I mean? You're not here, and they're not here to parent you or discipline you, because you wouldn't want a woman disciplining you any more than she would want you to. It's more
No,
of a
that's not true.
communication.
That's not true.
Bro, he said that for the
I
sake of the
honestly
argument,
believe
Okay,
bro.
well,
He
it's
wasn't
more
I
of
saying
mean,
that
a
as
if
just a
if
statement.
it's
that's
gonna be
all I'm
2v1, 3v1, let me at least discuss the third dude. So if
I
my
just,
if
I
my if
just,
my wife is faithful to me and I cheat on her, I expect her to discipline me by either divorcing me or
we're not talking
maybe
about
wanting
cheating.
to separate.
James, we're not talking about cheating. We're
No,
talking about just
you
normal
said
relationship
discipline.
stuff. Right.
So
So
which discipline
discipline
do you
is
say?
out of
Which
the
discipline are you
topic, my
talking about
brother.
then?
I'm saying discipline is out of the topic. All
Oh,
I
now
was saying.
discipline's out of the topic when I give you a
That's
counterpoint.
that's my whole point, though. All I'm saying is that it should be, just communication, because communication in any relationship, when it comes to a corporation, a friendship, a romantic relationship,
But we're not talking about
communication is
communication.
key.
We're talking about leadership. You
Communication
brought up
might
And
discipline.
have.
when you're a good leader, you communicate with the people that work with you and for you.
Yeah, but
Negative.
but
When you're a good
discipline
leader,
is
you
but
lead.
communication is one pillar of leadership. Discipline is also one because you have to.
I didn't say it was the only pillar. I said it was important. And I said you don't have to discipline. Like, for instance, if you worked for me, I wouldn't discipline you. I would talk to you because you're a grown ass man.
But
Exactly.
discipline in the okay. I know you mean like I'm not going to discipline you like
Respect.
bend you over my
It's
lap
called
and give you a
respect, my
spanking.
brother.
However,
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
disrespect me, right?
But it's called
There's
respect, though. That's all
but
I'm
if we
saying.
like you and I both know if there's a level of disrespect that it goes to a certain level, somebody will get disciplined, right?
Julian, if you get a write up from your boss, is that a disciplinary action?
Yeah, but that's not what we talking
Yeah,
about.
right?
I'm not
Well,
my wife's boss. Y'all seem to think that y'all a woman boss just
no, we're
because you
just a
married
leader. We're
her.
just the leader, and
Right. And
and
you
she
can
rightfully.
lead
Uh huh.
without being a boss. That's two different things. Just like a
But
disciplinary
there's
is a
overlap,
difference than a
right?
leader.
Can we at least
That's
agree
why
that there's overlap, sir?
right, okay. But what I'm saying is that overall, a disciplinary and a boss is not a leader. A true king serves. That's all I'm saying.
Bro, what?
I
A true
mean,
king
And
is a leader.
communicate. Hell yeah,
look,
because I'm gonna serve you, my brother. If you
look.
work for me, I'm going to serve you because you're gonna work the best for me that you can.
Julian, that ain't the point. The point
I
is discipline, which
that's
you
all.
mentioned. So
Well,
I'm
If I
asking you,
need you to do
Julian.
something for me, you need to respect me, my nigga. If I slap the shit out you every time you speak, you
bro.
respect me.
Oh God,
Julian,
here comes
Julian,
But
that's
I'm
not the
just saying
point.
that's
The point is
here.
respect though, right?
discipline, bro. That's the point. So
But
I'm
that's
Well,
asking.
discipline.
discipline.
The
Can we at
argument
least
moment.
Yeah.
can we all at least agree, all three of us? Can we agree that discipline can express itself in different ways,
Yes, it can.
and it
Definitely.
can go
Ooh,
across,
that's interesting.
and it could
Now, James, you said something. Tell me a way that you can express discipline by being a true leader and serving at the same time.
By telling
by
somebody to
okay.
not do something
All
Communication.
again.
right,
That's
so
all I'm saying. Because you could talk to somebody like a
well,
grown
you can
person, like an
withdraw
adult.
communication as well.
Exactly.
But that's passive aggressive. Now, see, that
Not
sounds feminine.
necessarily. It depends on the
That's
time. For
feminine. That's what
example,
women do,
well,
though.
hold
That's
Don't they do the silent
hold
treatment?
on. Yes, you're right, but this
Yeah, that's the silent treatment, my brother. That's called
women
passive
also don't know how to
aggressiveness.
be quiet when another person is
You
talking to
feel
you.
me? That's called passive aggressiveness, is all I'm saying. I'm hearing you. See, I can hear while I'm
Guys,
talking.
I do have to go.
All right. Well, host. My last question: Did you disagree with what I was? Did you disagree with anything I'm saying, or was I at least making a good case here?
I think whenever you reference society, you have like a reasonable answer saying that men are like more
That case was
effectively
unbeatable.
leaders, but biologically, no.
Okay. Well, host, I do appreciate your time and thank you for having me on, and to the gentlemen as well. You guys have a good rest of your day.
You too. Good night, AP.
You too.
Good night, sister.
P.
It's the belief they hold
Hey,
that a
would you?
God is watching over them, or the
I
belief they hold in a.
I think I got a little bit like when people bring in different topics and stuff. I kind of like get distracted. But what do you guys think about that one?
No, that was man. You got the art of the nigga moment right there, so that's good.
They was about to go. They was about to go in. They said, "If somebody I slap scratch, then what? Then that's gonna be real discipline." What time is it, bro? It's 12:30. I could do one more. Let's see. I can't really make the biological case as much as I can make the cultural, but